Hello, are we live? Are we live? We're live, we're live. I think we might be live. Hopefully, you can all hear me. Sorry for the bit of a late start. Just messing about some of the stream software wasn't working the best it could be. I've got the light coming on me from the curtain there. I'm just going to sort that out a bit. I'm very lit up on the video. I don't want to get the curtain in the way though. I have a curtain there, but the light is coming on to me quite a lot. Put that on here a bit as well. What's that? Just do my curtain. This is good for a live stream, isn't it? This is good for a live stream. But anyway, I haven't done one of these in a very long while because I've been busy with uni work. Oh, one sec. I'll just check that you guys can hear me because I don't want to continue talking and then realize that you guys actually can't hear me because that'd be quite embarrassing on my behalf. But anyway, okay. No, I can hear me fine, which isn't always the best way you can hear yourself, but you know, better check it, better than not checking it. But anyway, like I said. The reason I haven't done one of these in a while is because I've just been so busy doing uni work. I really haven't uploaded that much videos in the past couple of weeks because I've been so busy doing uni work. Like I did my review of Die Another Day recently, but even that took ages to make because I was just trying to do every little bit of free time I could find because I was just so busy doing uni work and everything. But that's all done now. I've got so much time free, and also today I'm going to be talking about everything that I've missed over the past month or so. So all these little bits of news, like trailers that I missed, like I'm talking about the Shang-Chi and Legend of Ten Rings trailer. You're not going to talk about the Venom, like the Be Carnage trailer. Some of the other bits of news are like Indiana Jones 5 is going ahead, which is baffling. I'm also going to be talking about some other like non-Disney stuff. Like I'm going to be talking about the Friends reunion, which is interesting within itself. I'm going to be talking about some other trailers. I'm going to be talking about the Snake Eyes trailers. I'm going to be talking about the fact that Michael Keaton's returning to play Batman. You know, the role he played in the 1980s with Tim Burton, which I'm not a big fan of those films, but it's interesting that he's returning. I'll get onto that a bit later in this live stream today. And also, I'll be answering any live questions sent in. I don't think there'll be many, because I think a lot of people will be at work whilst I'm recording this, whilst I'm live streaming this more like. So, I don't think there'll be any live questions sent in today, but if there is, if you're watching this live right now, send in a live question, why not? Or if you're watching this on playback, put in the comment section below and let me know what you want me to talk about next week, because maybe there won't be much news going on next week, and maybe you want me to talk about something in particular, like Bond, I don't know, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, whatever. What do you want me to talk about next week? And please do let me know in the comment section below if you're watching this on playback, or let me know in the live chat if you're watching this as it's streaming live. Let's just see if anyone's put anything live chat. Not just yet, but you know, you never know. We're only 2 minutes 40 seconds into the stream apparently. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into my big topics today, and let's talk about my first big topic, which isn't really any movie or TV news, but the fact that I've actually just changed my name on this channel. The reason I changed the name is I think King Knight is a very, I don't know, boring name. I kind of got bored of it. It was kind of it's my name on Xbox, the name I have on Xbox and everything, and just I wanted to change it because I wanted to have a name which, I don't know, is more about what I talk about, more about the movie and TV stuff. I mean, I don't just do movie and TV reviews. I have done other things on the channel. I've got some vlogs coming up in the next couple of months I'll be doing as well. At the same time, I'm also going to be doing some other videos, like when I do the time-lapse things, where you see me like building a Lego set or something. Got some plans for them coming up very, very soon. But yeah, I wanted to have a name which associated more with what my channel's about. So instead I chose, what is it, Night at the Movies. I forgot what the name was then, but Night at the Movies. And I think that's quite a good one because it kind of plays my name. I'm not going to say what my name is, but if you don't know already, it kind of plays my name. And Night at the Movies, I just think it kind of sticks what I'm about on this channel. What I'm mostly about, you know, movie and TV news and everything. So that's just kind of my new name of the channel, and that's why I put it on there. Kind of going to have a new leaf on the channel. Got some really good plans for what's going to come up in the next couple of months. But we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen in the next couple of months and where those plans will come to fruition. But anyway, that's why I've changed my new name. And at the same time, though, cinemas are open today in this country. Cinemas are finally open. I'm going later today to go and watch Godzilla vs. Kong. I just noticed I'm very, very lit up still. So I'm just going to move back a bit, see if I'm still lit up. I think that we'll see how this goes. One sec. Sorry about this, but I haven't done a live stream in a long time. I think I'm a bit better there. Sorry if I'm really light on the screen that you're watching this on. I've got light source going on from there, but it's a really bright light source. I've also got light source going on from there, but that's getting much darker. You can see the back of my room's actually getting a bit darker now. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to continue the live stream. Not that really matters for you guys at all. But anyway, yes, cinemas are finally open today. Go and see Godzilla vs Kong with Ollie Taylor later, which I'm very excited for. I'm gonna go watch it later. Going to a restaurant beforehand as well, which it just feels so weird that things are going back to normal and everything. But very excited at the same time. Finally going back to a cinema, and I'll be uploading my review of Godzilla vs Kong probably either Wednesday or Thursday. So look out for that review. Pardon me, look out for that review coming very later in this week. Coming later in this week, very later in this week. That doesn't make any sense. Coming later on in this week. So look out for my review of Godzilla vs Kong coming later in this week, and I can't wait to go back to the cinema later. I'm going watching the film at like 3:15. I'm getting some food beforehand, and it's gonna be. I'm really excited to do this. So that's why I've done my live stream earlier today. I was gonna do it for free, but then I wanted to go back to the cinema a bit earlier. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this live stream at 11, but if you're watching this on playback, not that that matters to you much at all. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into my first Marvel film and TV news. It's my first film and TV news in general, but I'm going to start with all the Marvel stuff first. I've got DC stuff to talk about, some Star Wars stuff, and some Indiana Jones fan stuff, and some other stuff to talk about. I've got a lot to get through today, so I'm going to do like snip a little bit of what I think of each thing at the moment. I'm not going to get into full detail like I would normally do, but just a little bit of things I think about what I'm going to talk about. So, first I'm going to talk about is Loki. Loki's coming out pretty soon now. Loki's my most anticipated Marvel TV show. For one big reason, Tom Hiddleston, I think, is great as Loki. I think he's one of the highlights of some of the Marvel movies I haven't really liked. Like, I think he's the highlights of the Thor films, and I think he's one of the highlights of the first Avengers film, Avengers Assemble, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I really liked the performance in that film. And also, I think it looks like a really interesting TV show. Like, I must admit, I thought WandaVision looked really interesting. Unfortunately, though, it completely disappointed me in the end. But I'm hoping Loki sticks landing. I'm hoping Loki's really good. I also like the fact that they got Owen Wilson, you know, the person who's been in all these cheesy rom-coms and Wes Anderson films, to be in a Marvel movie. I just think that's really unique casting. I'm really excited to see how it goes. But one thing I do want to talk about is the poster. So hopefully you guys will get to see what I'm about to put up in here. So hopefully you guys can still see me. It's a bit of illusion going on there. You still hear me, not see me, sorry. But anyway, yes, this is a Loki poster. So okay, that's looking pretty normal. I got Tom Hiddleston, got all the, you know, the faces on the poster. That's Guji Mabatha Raw, am I pronouncing his name? I'll down. There's Owen Wilson, looking a bit different than he usually does. A new character, I don't know who that is. But then you've got this, a cartoon clock. I'm not sure what that's about. It's intrigued me. I don't know. When's it coming out? June 9th, not too far away now. I'll probably talk more about my anticipation from this in another live stream in the next couple of weeks, but there's a cartoon clock on the poster. I don't know what that means. I generally don't. But anyway, hopefully you guys could see that fine. But anyway, I'm going to just swiftly... I'm back! There's some magic there, just a little behind the scenes, so you see how I'm doing that. Anyway, continue on with the topics today. See what I mean? I'm only having small little picks at the topics. I'm not going to go into full-on detail, because there's so many topics to go through. But anyway, the next topic today is Andrew Garfield denies being in Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, this is a couple of weeks ago now, and he just said, I have not got a call. You can watch the video online if you haven't seen already. Like, Andrew Garfield played, you know, Spider-Man in the Amazing Spider-Man film, the Amazing Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I quite enjoyed the Amazing Spider-Man. I'm going to have to go and rewatch them again, actually, before I watch this new, you know, the new Spider-Man coming out later this year, because it looks like it's going to be the culmination of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy, you know, with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man films. I think, you know, as well as that did Tom Holland's Spider-Man films as well, because obviously Tom Holland's going to be in the Spider-Man No Way Home. That's been way confirmed. But anyway, yes, I don't know what I'm going on about that, but you get the point. It looks like it's going to be the culmination of all the Spider-Man films this Christmas. But Andrew Garfield was promoting a new film called Mainstream, and I haven't seen it, by the way. The trailer looks pretty good. I actually saw the trailer, and it looks pretty good, but I didn't get the best reviews. But I would watch Mainstream if I ever got the chance one day. But the thing is, though, that's off track. Andrew Garfield's doing touring for that film, and he denied being in Spider-Man No Way Home, saying that he did not get a call. And he also did another interview when he's like, I think it's a really cool idea. Never say never, but I'm not in it. Basically, that's what he said. I'm paraphrasing a bit. Go and check out the interviews already. They're only on YouTube. But I'm paraphrasing a bit about what Andrew Garfield really said about being in Spider-Man No Way Home. I still think he's going to be in it. First of all, he never actually said no. He just said, I did not get a call. And to be honest, his agent would have got a call. And to be honest, I also don't believe he didn't get a call. Jamie Foxx as Electro is returning. Like, we last saw Jamie Foxx, you know, in the Spider-Man film in, or was it Amazing Spider-Man 2? And so he's returning. So the guy he faced off in the original film is not returning. It'd be like, you know, it'd just be weird having Alpha Molina's Dr. Octopus and not Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and the same would be said about, you know, Jamie Foxx's Electro and not Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, who he faced off in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's weird having the villains there, but not the actual heroes he faced off. I think that's just my biggest reason why I think he's going to be in it. The fact that the villains are back. That's been confirmed. Jamie Foxx's Electro has been confirmed for the new Spider-Man film. You know, Alfred Molina, Dr. Octopus, we're going to talk about very shortly as well, has also been confirmed for this new Spider-Man film. I just think it'd be weird not having the actual Spider-Man that face those characters off in this film. And I don't believe that he's not in it. It'd just be weird if he wasn't. But like, it'd be like the piece of the puzzle that wasn't there. I just don't think it would work, and I think he is in it. I think he's lying. It's not the first time an actor's lied about being in a Marvel film, and I don't know how Marvel's going to deal with this, actually, because I think they're either going to put it on marketing, and it's going to be one of the big marketing parts of the film, you know, all 3 Spider-Men in one movie, or they're going to try and keep it secret when the film comes out. Because I can't. The only thing with keeping it secret until the film comes out, which is a fine idea, by the way. I would completely support it if they did. But the only thing with that is, imagine being on the press tour and every single thing the actors got asked would be, oh, well, are 3 Spider-Man in this movie? And have to say no every single time. Like, I really think they are, and I think Marvel knows that'd be a big missed opportunity if they weren't. I think Marvel and Sony know that, because obviously Marvel and Sony, that's what the Spider-Man property is, you know, Marvel and Sony. I think they both know that'd be a big missed opportunity if they weren't in it. The villains are back. We already know Alfred Molina, Dr. Octopus is back, and then Jamie Foxx as Electro is also back. So, you know, I just will be a big missed opportunity. I'm not saying they definitely are, but I don't believe it in that interview, because he said he didn't get a call. He didn't say he wasn't in it. He just said, I didn't get a call. But anyway, go and watch the interview go and watch the interview online and make up your own opinion. But personally, I think he's in it because the villains are back. Well, Jamie Foxx's Electro's back. I'm going on to the whole thing with the villains in the next Spider-Man film. This is my next topic today. Alfred Molina, a couple of weeks back now, he talked about his return as Dr. Octopus. And we last saw Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. I haven't seen that film in a long, long time, by the way. I'm going to check it out this summer. I'm going to upload my review of it coming very, very soon on this channel. But he talked about his return as a Dr. Octopus. Now, I'm going to get it up here. So, there's a little illusion again. Ooh, that's the Loki thing. But, no. That's a future topic. Got my things in the wrong order then, my tabs in the wrong order. But anyway, that's Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus. A couple of weeks ago now. When was this? I should say, on the thing. Yeah, April the 16th. Quite a while ago, actually. I'm a bit late on this topic. But anyway, he talked about it. He said, where he's talking about how he was returned to it, saying it's wonderful. It was very interesting to go back after 17 years, but the same role, given that the intervening years, and now have 2 chins, a what's-up crow's feet, and a slightly dodgy lower back. The guy repeats himself there. Okay, that's a bit of a spell. Okay, but anyway, he also talks about the fact that he's going to be de-aged. That happened with Samuel Jackson and Captain Marvel, and the fact that his storyline also picked up from Spider-Man 2. Where we last saw his character. So that's really interesting, I think. The fact that we're going to have Alfred Molina back as Dr. Octopus, literally picking up from Spider-Man 2, further making me think that Tom Maguire's Spider-Man's back, further making me think that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man's back, because Jamie Foxx's Electro is in the film. That's been confirmed. Those 2 topics kind of go together. Personally, I think Andrew Garfield's going to be in Spider-Man, and also, he's going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home. Of course, he's already been in Spider-Man, but I think he's going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home, and at the same time, though, I'm really excited to see Alfred Molina's return as Dr. Octopus. I love the whole idea of a villain return from all that time ago. But anyway, going back to my next one now. I need to hurry up a bit. Got so many topics to talk about, and my computer is slowly dying me. But anyway, talking about my next topic today is my opinion on the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings trailers. I'm not going to say much about the trailer of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. It came out a while ago now. I think it looks good. I thought it looked alright. I'm not going to say it looks brilliant. I didn't think it did look brilliant for the trailer. It looked quite a standard and, you know, just quite a standard, generic, standalone MCU film. Just a standalone superhero film. I didn't think it looked like anything special. The martial arts stuff didn't really do it for me in that trailer. I thought it looked alright. I thought it looked good. Not brilliant, but at the same time, no, not bad. It looked alright. Hopefully Marvel impressed me with that film. But who's to say when it comes out in September? I thought it looked good for now. I'm waiting to the second trailer though. Maybe I'll be a bit more impressed by the second trailer for that film. But anyway, going to my next topic now. That's not there. Oh, well, okay, here we are. First look at the Eternals. So the Eternals is a new Marvel film coming out in November, which is called Directed by Chloe Zhao. Got loads of famous actors like Angelina Jolie, Richard Madden, Kit Harington, Salma Hayek, loads of famous people as well. Jenna Chan's in it as well. But anyway, we had our first look of it in this like video which Marvel released. Like, we're going back to the movies. There's a video that Marvel released quite a while ago now. Actually, not that long ago, about a week ago now. But we have our first look at the Eternals. Just give me a second. I'm gonna get the screen changed. Okay, so that's our first look at the Eternals. That's one of the images that was released in the trailer. Well, the mini trailer thing he will be in the Eternals. Where the cast is, yeah, that's Angelina Jolie in the Eternals. We've got loads of people in there. There's Salma Hayek in the Eternals. Don't you guys see that well? There you go. I don't know the character player that's coming up. I can't pronounce his name. It's Kumarajani or something like that. Apologies if I got his name wrong. But that's also a look at him. That's not looking at anything else. So that's his mouth trying to promote his own thing. Okay, there was another image as well, but I can't find it. But yeah, that's our first look at the Eternals. Not really anything special, but at the same time, though, I'm looking forward to it. I hope this is, like I said, I hope from Phase 4 onwards, because that's what Marvel's in now. Phase 4, they started off with WandaVision, from Falcon Winter Soldier, and now they're coming to this. This is our Phase 4 Marvel, so I'm hoping they impress me Phase 4. I don't know, but I thought the first look looked pretty good. I think a trailer is going to be coming very soon, because I think they're going to put a trailer out before Black Widow comes out. But I don't know. But anyway, it looked interesting, and I'm going to wait for a full trailer to come out. But I think the Eternals is a project to look out for, to say the least. But anyway, moving on to my next topic today, Captain America 4 was announced. I talked about this a bit in my Falcon Winter Soldier review. Go check that out already, or you haven't already. That's already on the channel. Did it a couple of weeks ago. Got some interesting opinions of that show. Didn't hate it. I didn't actually mind it. Go and check out my review on the Falcon Winter Soldier. But not too long after the Falcon Winter Soldier came out, I think it was actually the same day the finale aired, we also got the confirmation that Captain America 4 has been announced with Anthony Mackie as Captain America. Spoiler if you haven't seen Falcon Winter Soldier, but he becomes Captain America. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to say much about this project other than, yay, I can't wait to see another Captain America film, because I remember how much I really like the other ones. But anyway, moving on to the next topic now. We're also got the confirmation, well, Emily Blunt did an interview when she got asked about her role in Fantastic Four. She's been cast in the new Fantastic Four, MCU Fantastic Four, which has got no connection to the previous Fantastic Four films. You know, we had the Fantastic Four in the early 2000s, and they had the Fan Four Stick, which is meant to be awful. I've never seen Fan Four Stick, but the one that came out in 2015, which didn't look great. But anyway, the MCU is moving ahead with their new Fantastic Four film, and Emily Blunt was asked if she's going to be playing Sue Storm, which is the main female character in that film, and she said, no, we haven't got a call, and she basically just said, again, I'm paraphrasing her, that she doesn't really like Marvel movies in general, she doesn't really like Superman movies in general, unless she got a role which she actually really, really liked, and it would actually sound like a really interesting character. She said that it's just not for her, and she's probably not going to be in the film. Also saying that her husband, John Krasinski, is also dying. She was in a bit press for Quiet Place 2, which is also died, by the way, I'm very excited to see. I'm going to talk about Quiet Place 2 on my next live stream next week. But anyway, she also said that her husband, John Krasinski, has not been contacted at all to play Mr. Fantastic. I'm not too bothered about Emily Blunt not playing Sue Storm. I mean, I think she's a great actress, got nothing wrong with her at all. But I'm just not that bothered about her playing Sue Storm. There's plenty of people that can play Sue Storm as well. But the thing is, though, the one that's a big missed opportunity, in my opinion, is the fact that Mr. Fantastic, as John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic, I think that's brilliant casting. But apparently it's not going to happen. And I was like, oh, damn. I mean, never say never, because, John Krasinski didn't come out and say he didn't get a call from Marvel. There's a good chance that they did get a call from Marvel and they just said no. But still, never say never with John Krasinski, because he didn't actually say anything. It was just Emily Blunt that said it. It was just Emily Blunt that said something, his wife. But still, I would really want John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. I mean, I would love, Emily Blunt as Sue Storm. I think that's brilliant casting for both of them. But I'm more interested in John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. I think that's perfect casting. I think it would be a huge missed opportunity if he wasn't in it. But hey, that's just my opinion. But anyway, moving on to my next topic today, we have new titles for some new Marvel movies that are coming out next year. So we have a new title for Black Panther 2, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. That sounds like quite a good title, because it's the thing with the Black Panther, it's everyone knows, the Wakanda Forever thing. It's something like that. I might be doing it wrong, apologies if I am, but everyone knows Wakanda Forever everything. And so everyone knows that title. I think it's a really good title, that film, actually. I don't know how they're going to do Black Panther 2, because they said they're not recasting T'Challa, Black Panther. They said not recasting, because obviously, sadly tried them both, and, sadly passed away. But it'd be interesting to see how they do it. I think that's a good name for the film. And at the same time, we've just got a new name for Captain Marvel 2, The Marvels, which it's going to be interesting. Well, the Marvels, I've pronounced a bit weirdly there. But the Marvels, I think that's going to be quite interesting, because we already know that Miss Marvel, which we haven't really met yet, she's going to have her own TV series. I think it's meant to be coming in September and October. We all know that she's going to be in Captain Marvel 2. We also know that Monica Rambeau from WandaVision is going to be in Captain Marvel 2. And they're all kind of Captain Marvels in their own certain way. I'm obviously Miss Marvel, but still, they're all kind of Captain Marvels. Get it to kind of play on the name. The Marvels, I don't know, it might be good, it might be rubbish. I wasn't the biggest fan of the first Captain Marvel, I must admit, but I think this one sounds a bit bit of fun. I suppose it could be a bit of fun. And we'll have to wait and see when it comes out next year. And so that's all the main MCU news I've got over with. There's some other kind of Marvel news, which I'm going to get into I'm going to get into now. Let's talk about the next thing that I'm going to talk about, let's talk about the next thing I'm going to talk about. Well, one second, I'm going to have a breathe, I'm going to have a drink, because I'm fluffing my words there, so I'm going to have a drink a second. Right, so let's talk about the next thing today, which is my opinion on the Venom There Be Carnage trailer. So I thought it looked really interesting, actually. I wasn't the biggest fan of the first Venom. I must admit, I just thought it was boring and bland and just totally all over the place. And to be honest, I didn't really find Tom Hardy that good in the first Venom either. But the reason I'm actually interested in this one is because it's being directed by Andy Serkis. Now, if you don't know who Andy Serkis is, he played Gollum and /Smeagol in the Lord of the Rings films. He's also been in loads of others. He played Caesar in the Planet of the Apes films, and he was in Avengers Age of Ultron. He's also in Black Panther. You know, the one that's not Martin Freeman in Black Panther. I got his name now. It's Claw in Black Panther and Avengers Age of Ultron. So he's a big actor now. I think he's done a lot of things now. He's directed a few films as well. I must admit, I've seen one of his films which he directed, which was Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle, something like that. Didn't love that movie, I must admit. But I think Andy Serkis probably could direct a good Venom film. I'm interested to see his direction of the film. And I thought the trailer looked alright. It didn't, wow me. But I thought it looked a bit of fun. Like, I think Woody Harrelson as Carnage looks great in the trailer. I think Woody Harrelson as a villain is going to be really, really good to watch. And at the same time, though, obviously Stephen Graham's in the trailer. I don't know who Stephen Graham is. He's been in loads of things now. He's a great actor. I really like Stephen Graham. He's been in Snatch and loads of other things. I can't think of anything on the top of my head, but he's a great actor. We also got to see a glimpse of him in the trailer. There's some slight links to other Spider-Man films, and there may be a link to the MCU. I don't know. I actually personally think that Venom's actually going to be in Spider-Man No Home as a cameo, because they kept pushing I can't speak pushing Venom back, but they kept making sure that it was coming out before Spider-Man No Way Home. I have a feeling he might be in Spider-Man No Way Home. Only as a cameo. I don't think he's going to be a main villain, but I just got a small feeling that it's going to be, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see when that film comes out. I think it's going to have some links to Spider-Man, and I think Venom's going to be in MCU. I do. I must admit, I think the trailer looked good. I think it looked a bit of fun. Hopefully it's better than the first one, but I'll have to wait and see when it comes out in September. But anyway, moving on to my next one today. That's all the Marvel news I've gone on with. That's DC news now. Not much DC news, but some interesting things I want to talk about. Michael Keaton is returning to play Batman in the Flash movie. This really excites me. I wasn't the biggest fan of Tim Burton's Batman movies, which Michael Keaton was originally in, but I'm really excited to see how he's going to be in this movie. I'm really excited to see a new modern take on the Batman and everything. I'm really excited to find that Michael Keaton was returning to that role, and I just think it's really interesting. That's really exciting me. It made me really intrigued in what the Flash is going to be. Also, we know that Supergirl is going to be in the Flash as well, which is really interesting. Like, a lot of people said that maybe she's replacing the role that Cyborg was going to play, because Ray Fisher, who played Cyborg, actually has some problems with Warner Brothers, who make all the DC films, who fund all the DC films, and apparently they had some problems with it. So a lot of people have been saying that, Supergirl is replacing the role that, Cyborg was going to play, because Cyborg is no longer in, because Cyborg is no longer going to be in the Flash. But at the same time, though, I think it's really interesting to put in Supergirl in the DCU right now. And at the same time, though, I'm really excited to see Michael Keaton return to the role as a Batman. That's actually really exciting. Not the biggest fan of the movies he's been in, but I actually really liked his interpretation of Batman. Not my favourite interpretation of Batman, but I did like his interpretation of Batman from the Tim Burton Batman films, Batman and then Batman Returns. And I'm really excited to see what he brings to his role, what he brings to the Batman role in The Flash. Also, we had some other DC news. We have Black Adam, which has started shooting, which is like the Dwayne Johnson Superman movie. We have Pierce Brosnan, who, I've been reviewing in Bond recently. He's going to play in the villain in that film. I think that's great casting. That's really exciting me to actually go and see the film. And at the same time, though, here's a little bit of news as well, which isn't really anything significant. But The Rock will have no padding for his superhero costume on Black Adam. So, let's have a look at, say, I don't know. The Shazam costume has padding on it to make it, Zachary Levi, who plays Shazam, look like he actually has a bigger six-pack than he actually has. And he's more muscular than he actually is. But instead, The Rock is going to have no padding on his costume. I think that's really, really funny, actually. I thought it was a little bit of interesting news. At the same time, though, going into the whole thing with Shazam 2, aka Shazam Fury of the Gods, has already started shooting, actually. It started shooting today, I'm pretty sure. And it's also casted Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu as the villains. I think that's really good. I think Lucy Liu was in Kill Bill Volume 1, which I was a huge fan of her performance in that film. At the same time, though, I love the fact that DC have gone casting, British actors, British villains for their films. Like, they had Mark Strong in the first Shazam film, which, by the way, I'm a huge fan of the first Shazam film. They had Mark Strong in that film, and they're going to have Helen Mirren in this film. I think that's really good casting. I think Lucy Liu is really good casting. That film's starting shooting now. I'm really looking forward to Shazam Fury of the Gods. That's what Shazam 2 is going to be called. Shazam Fury of the Gods. Anyway, let's move on to more news now. We're going to move on to some Star Wars news. So we've got off all the superhero news. Got to move on with some more news today. Obi-Wan Kenobi has started shooting. The Obi-Wan Kenobi series has started shooting. I'm very excited for that show. I'm very excited for it. I saw Rumour on a talk show recently talking about a new project he's been in now. I don't know what it is, but a new project he's been in now. I've seen a couple of pictures of his new project he's been in. But he was on a talk show talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi a bit. And he said he said he's shooting. He looks like Obi-Wan again, which I'm really excited about. But he said the show started shooting. It's really exciting. We've got some new cast members. We've got some cast members coming back. Obviously, we have Hayden Christensen coming back. We also have the guy who played Uncle Owen at the end of Revenge of the Sith coming back as well. What's his name? Oh, Joel Edgerton. That's his name. Joel Edgerton. I think he's a great actor. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the show is gonna deal with Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think the show has so many possibilities, and I'm hoping it delivers on. And I'm hoping Qui-Gon's in it. I'm hoping they bring Liam Neeson in. They can bring, they could even bring Bail Organa in, back from Revenge of the Sith. They could bring Darth Maul in there. And I think it has so many possibilities. And fingers crossed, it is the series everyone wants it to be. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Ewan McGregor return as Obi-Wan Kenobi next year. Also, this is only a rumour, so I'm not going to go full on into this, but it's only a rumour that apparently Wookies, yes, Wookies, could be in Mandalorian Season 3. Only a rumour, so do take this with a grain of salt, what I'm saying here. So do take it with a grain of salt. It's only a rumour, but Wookiees could be in Mandalorian Season 3. That's exciting in my opinion. I really want to see Wookiees in Mandalorian Season 3. I really want to see Wookiees. I want to own Wookiee TV show. I want Mandalorian Season 3 to do what it did with Boba Fett in Mandalorian Season 2 and give Boba Fett his own TV show. I want that to happen with Wookiees. I want, after Mandalorian Season 3, it comes with the end of Mandalorian Season 3, Wookiee, a Star Wars story or something. I just be like, yes! Because I really want a Wookiee TV show. It's only a rumour, so do take it with a grain of salt. But still, wouldn't it be great to see Wookiees in Mandalorian Season 3? Just, it would be. But anyway, that's all with the Star Wars news. I haven't really much Star Wars news over the past couple of weeks. But still hoping there's going to be some new Star Wars news coming very, very soon. And hopefully get a trailer for Book of Boba Fett, which is coming out this Christmas or this October, whatever. I'm looking forward to the Book of Boba Fett quite a lot. Hopefully get a trailer for that soon. But there'll be much Star Wars news. But hopefully there will be soon. But that's all my Star Wars news that I've done with today. But let's move. Can't speak today. Let's move on to some more news. But before we do, I'm going to have a little drink. Just because I keep fluffing up my words again. But anyway, moving on to some more news today. I've got loads more things to get through yet. Indiana Jones 5 is moving ahead and it's going to start shooting in July. This maybe baffles me. The fact that it's going to be almost, 14 years since Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came out. And how many years since the very first Indiana Jones film came out? Raiders of the Lost Ark is 40 years old this year. And yet they're going ahead with Indiana Jones 5, which apparently is going to come out next year. It starts shooting in July. This movie baffles me. Maybe we've got some new casting coming out recently in the past couple of weeks. Like we had Phoebe Waller-Bridge coming into the cast. And Phoebe Waller-Bridge, if you don't know already, she was the one out of Fleabag. She actually wrote and starred in that show. I haven't seen Fleabag. It's not my sort of comedy. But I know a lot of people love that show. At the same time, though, she also wrote the first season of Killing Eve. Like, I must admit, I didn't love the first season of Killing Eve. I thought it was entertaining, but I didn't love it. But I know a lot of people did, and I think Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and yeah, I can see how she can bring a lot of energy and charisma to that role. And at the same time, though, I can also see her having a lot of chemistry with Harrison Ford. I think that's good casting. Also, look her up online if you want. She strikes me somewhat of a librarian. I think she might play in that sort of role. I don't know. That's just me speculating. But yeah. Anyway, at the same time though, we also have Mads Mikkelsen as the villain. I think that's great casting. If you don't know who Mads Mikkelsen is, by the way, he also played the villain in Doctor Strange. At the same time though, he played Jyn Erso's father in Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, and the guy who supposedly create the Death Star. Go and watch his performance in those films. He's great in those films. He's been in loads of other films now. I really want to watch him in more films. He's a great actor, and I think that's great casting as a villain. He's going to be playing the villain in the next Fantastic Beasts film as well. Like he's replacing Johnny Depp in the next Fantastic Beasts film, Fantastic Beasts 3. He's going to be playing Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts 3. So he's that actor. He's playing the villain in Indiana Jones 5. I think that's great casting, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him in that film. And the fact that it starts shooting in July. It baffles me, this film. Like, honestly, I think it's going to be a film which should be more centered around the people, like, probably more centered around Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character. And perhaps she's going on an adventure with Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is playing kind of like the father, like kind of like the Sean Connery role in Last Crusade. And maybe Indiana Jones will be like the father and everything in this situation. Like, oh, I'm too old for this stuff. Like, there will be a joke about how he's too old to be Indiana Jones now. But I think, in the end, I think Indiana Jones is going to come out on top and be the one to save the day. Because the thing is, though, James Mangold is directing the film. Like, if you don't know who James Mangold is, he directed Logan, which I haven't seen yet, but I heard some really good things about it. He also directed 3:10 to Yuma, which I've heard some really good things about as well. And at the same time, though, he also directed my favourite movie of 2019, 455. Like, I loved Parasite and I loved 1917, but 455 for me just did it a bit more than those films. I enjoyed myself so much with 455. I thought it was a brilliant film. And I think James Mangold is a great director. I think he's going to finish off the franchise well, even though Spielberg isn't directing the film anymore, which is a bit sad. But he's still going to be a hands-on producer, by the way, Spielberg is. He's still very much involved in the project. Even though he's not directing anymore, I'm still very excited about the fact that James Mangold is directing it. And maybe we need a bit of fresh hands on the last Indiana Jones film. I don't know, because it is going to be the last Indiana Jones film in the Indiana Jones franchise. Maybe we need a bit of fresh hands on that film instead after Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which, by the way, I like. I mean, obviously, it's the worst Indiana Jones film yet, but I must admit, for a personal reason, I must admit, I can understand why a lot of people don't like that film. I like it for my own personal reason. But still, at the same time, though, maybe some fresh hands on the franchise is what it needs. And I'm really excited for Indiana Jones 5. The movie baffles me. Hopefully it happens. We'll have to wait and see. It's going to come out when Harrison Ford is like 80 years old. Fingers crossed it happens, and I'm really looking forward to it. And it starts shooting this July with some new cast members being announced. Let's move on to some other news as well. Okay, this isn't really news, but my opinion on the Oscars this year. The Oscars happened when I was doing all my uni work and everything, and I just didn't really have time to talk about it. I don't have much to say about the Oscars, because I didn't really see much of the films, or really any of the films that were nominated for Best Picture. As you know, saying that, I saw Trial of Chicago 7, which I like quite a lot, but, you know, I can't say it's better than, say, Nomadland or Promising Young Woman, because I haven't seen those films. But the thing is, the Oscars this year, I'm not going to talk about it as much, I'm happy it happened. I'm happy it happened. Because in the end, the thing is with the Oscars here, a lot of people are saying, oh, well, it shouldn't have happened, because loads of movies got pushed back. The fact is, the movies that got pushed back are big blockbusters. And the fact is, quite a lot of them wouldn't have been in Oscar conversation. Like, the only movie that got pushed back, which would maybe be an Oscar conversation, is Dune. The Denis Villeneuve film, which came out later this year, which I think was great, by the way. I think that might have been an Oscar conversation. I don't know if it would have won anything, because obviously we haven't seen it yet, but maybe that would have been an Oscar conversation. But I can't see Marvel films like Black Widow, you know, Shang-Chi, and the Eternals being in Oscars, being, you know, part of Oscar consideration for 2020. I can't see that happening. Well, 2021 when the Oscars actually happened, but I can't see those Marvel movies being an Oscar consideration. I think it's fine that the Oscars went ahead this year. I'm actually really happy that it did, because a lot of people worked hard to get those movies out this year. You know, and the fact is, the movies did come out this year, and I think if they were up for and I think if they moved those Oscars contenders over to next year, I think next year would have been a much more rough category for those films. And I don't think some of those films like Nomadland and Sound of Metal and Promising Young would have got the recognition that they got this year if they came out next year, because I think next year is going to have a much more, you know, rough competition, much more big competitive competition next year. And I think I'm happy with the fact that the Oscars went ahead this year. I am. And at the same time, what you're going to think about in the end is the fact that, you know, those movies that they get pushed back probably wouldn't be considered for Oscars anyway. I think maybe Bond would have been because of the song, because all the Bond songs end up winning best song at the Oscar. But that's really it for Bond. I can't really say anything else winning for Bond. I don't know. Maybe Bond's an incredible masterpiece when it comes out. I don't see it being that. But, you know, you get the point. I'm happy the Oscars went ahead. The whole Chadwick Boseman controversy at the end, the whole thing with, you know, Anthony Hopkins winning Best Actor instead of Chadwick Boseman or Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal. In the end, Anthony Hopkins is a great actor, and I think it is a bit of a shame that Chadwick Boseman didn't win, especially with the way the night is structured. Like, the whole thing is with the Oscars, Best Picture is always last, but this year, Best Picture was second to last, and actually last was Best Actor, and everyone thought it was going to go to Chadwick Boseman, but then it went to Anthony Hopkins. And, you know, I can't judge either, because I haven't seen either of the films, but honestly, I think Chadwick Boseman should have won. Doesn't really bother me that much in the end, I must admit. But I just thought it was a bit weird that Chadwick Boseman didn't win, and the night was structured that way. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I'm happy the Oscars went on this year. I thought they were good this year, and I think if they all the movies that were in Oscar consideration this year were pushed to next year, I think next year would have had much more not darker competition, a much more competitive competition, and I just think filmmakers work for those films to come out this year, and I'm happy the Oscars happened this year, and even so, yes, they did get low ratings, I don't care, and just. The Oscars are the Oscars in the end. I think next year they'll come back even stronger, and I think next year's Oscars will be really, really good, and hopefully we'll have some bigger films to compete against. And at the same time, though, let's move on to some other news. Let's talk about the Friends reunion. The Friends reunion. Coming out May the 27th this month. It's coming out May the 27th, the Friends reunion. Now, the Friends reunion, again, this baffles me. The reason the Friends reunion baffles me is simply the guest star list. Right, I'm going to get the special guest star list up now. So hopefully just bear with Friends reunion, there we go. Right, okay, May 27th, oh, they're back together. And by the way, as we're saying now, it's not like a new Friends episode, it's just the cast reuniting and probably just all talking about the fun they had in the show and everything. So it's not a new episode or anything, it's just the cast reuniting. But here's the thing that baffles me. So we have some of the original, guest stars from the original series coming back. So we have, Elliot Gould there, who played Ross and Monica's father. We also have Tom Selleck, who played Richard, which was one of Monica's boyfriends in the show, which is quite a significant character. James Michael Tyler, who played Gunther. Maggie Wheeler, who played Janice. Reese Witherspoon, who played Rachel's sister. Okay, so there's some good cast members come back, some good special guest stars coming back. Funny enough, no Paul Rudd, who played Phoebe's husband in the end. No Paul Rudd, but okay. No, okay, but anyway, going back onto the guest stars. Right, let's look at some of the other guest stars on this list. Justin Bieber. Now, I don't know about you, but when I heard a Friends reunion was happening, I was thinking, well, they've got to get Justin Bieber there. Okay, let's move on to the list. BTS. Nothing against them. I just don't understand why they're there. James Corden. I think James Corden is a really creative person. I actually do. I mean, he co-wrote Gavin and Stacey with Ruth Jones, and I think Gavin and Stacey is one of the funniest TV shows I've ever seen in my life. At the same time, though, I think he's a really good actor. I've seen him a couple of things now. I think he's a really good creative person. Unfortunately, his talk show is rubbish. He's always like half off the seat when he's talking to a guest star on that show, and his just talk show is rubbish. And the thing is, though, the fact they've got James Corden there makes me think he's going to be interviewing the cast of Friends. Because what I think I'm going to talk about this a bit later, actually. I'm going to say my thought there. Just bear with. Okay, let's talk about some of the other people here. Lady Gaga. I don't remember her being in a Friends episode. Kit Harington. Great actor. Not entirely sure why he's on that list. And at the same time, I think they missed one of them out here. David Beckham's going to be there. I'm not joking. He's not on the list here, but he's definitely going to be there. David Beckham, when they said a Friends reunion, I thought, well, I could get David Beckham there. And at the same time, though, one which I'm really excited to see at this reunion is Malalia. The political activist. Malalia. So when they said a Friends reunion was happening, obviously get Malalia back. I don't understand that special guest list. Like, what is it going to be like? Okay, got a few of them which are understandable. Tom Selleck, who played Richard, one of Monica's most important boyfriends in the show. At the same time, though, Reese Witherspoon, who played one of Rachel's sisters, who tried to hook him with Ross in one of her episodes. And at the same time, though, you have to have Elliot Gould in there. Elliot Gould's a great actor. I loved him in the Ocean Films. He was great as Monica and Ross's father in the show and everything. And you've also got James Michael Tyler, who played Gunther, and Maggie Wheeler as well, who played Janice. Great choices to have them back in the Friends reunion. Kit Harington, great actor. Not entirely sure why he was there. Like, if he's just going to talk about how, how Friends was influential to him growing up, great. It's influential to so many other people as well. That's the reason the Friends reunion is happening. Why do you need to see Kit Harington talking about it? Nothing against Kit Harington. I want to point that out. I loved him in Game of Thrones. But I'm just not entirely sure why he was there. And at the same time, though, David Beckham's also going to be there. Don't believe me, look it up. He's definitely going to be there. It wasn't on that list there, which I put up. But David Beckham's going to be there. Not entirely sure why. And, Justin Bieber and BTS. This is the thing about Justin Bieber and BTS being there. I think they're going to be performing songs. And the thing is, though, again, I don't like the music. I've nothing against them, just don't like the music. But you could have got some better artists other than Justin Bieber and BTS to perform at the Friends reunion. Like, Elton John comes to mind. You probably could have got Elton John to perform there. But instead they got Justin Bieber and BTS. You know, at the same time though, James Corden, this is what I think James Corden's going to be doing. I think he's going to be interviewing the cast. And if you've seen James Corden's talk show, it's one of the cringiest things I've ever seen. Like, I've seen it on YouTube a couple times, and every time I see his talk show, I literally just have to turn off after that clip that I watch of it, because it's so cringeworthy. Like, I'll just watch a 2-minute clip from his talk show, and I have to turn off the clip about a minute in, because it's so cringeworthy. I think James Corden's a great, creative person. I really do. I love Gavin and Stacey, and I've seen some other things which I think he's good in as well. But the thing is, though, why did they get him as a host to talk to the cast of Friends? There must be some other hosts. Like, any other American host is better than James Corden. And I think it's going to be interesting, the cast of Friends. And it's going to be so awkward. And I just don't understand why some of the guests, like Lady Gaga's there. You know, when they said the Friends reunion was happening, I was thinking, well, you've got to get Karen and Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber, BTS, and James Corden to be there. I mean, of course you do. It baffles me that. Why have they got those special guest stars there? Why not bring Paul Rudd in, or Brad Pitt in, or, I don't know, some other of the guest stars which were big on the show? Instead, bring in David Beckham, Kit Harington, Lady Gaga, BTS, Justin Bieber, James Corden. I just don't understand. I don't know if I'm going to watch the Friends reunion. It's really intrigued me. It's really interested me. I mean, I'm a fan of Friends. I don't love it, but I'm a fan of it. I think the TV show is really good. But I don't know. The reunion is just baffling me. Everything I hear about it is just baffling. May the 27th. I'm looking forward to when a trailer gets released, because I think it's going to be them getting, a bit like a talk show format, which is the whole cast. Like, what was your favourite moment? Like, from James Corden, like, what was your favourite moment? Everything from the show. Oh, pivot, haha. Oh, when we said, how you doing, and things like that. I just, oh my god, I don't know how it's going to work out, but the guest star list has just baffled me. It really has. But anyway, that's just me going about the Friends reunion a bit more than I intended to today. Let's talk about some other things, some other last topics I'm going to talk about today. Oh, I haven't checked the live chat. One sec, let's double check the live chat a sec. Ooh. I haven't checked if anyone said anything. No one said anything. That's a shame. But anyway, if you do want me to talk about anything in particular next week, do put in the comment section below if you're watching this on playback. But anyway, let's talk about my last few topics today. We had a Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard trailer not too long ago now, which is a sequel to the Hitman's Bodyguard, which came out in 2017, I want to say. I thought the trailer looked quite a bit of fun. I enjoyed the first one. I didn't think it was anything special. I enjoyed it whilst I was on, though. I thought it was entertaining. And hopefully, this new one can be entertaining as well. We also have Morgan Freeman and what's his name, Antonio Banderas is going to be in it as well. And I think it looks like quite a bit of fun. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be anything particularly special. Comes out in a couple of weeks' time. I'll watch it and I'll review it as well. But I thought the trailer looked like quite a bit of fun. Go and check it out if you haven't already. I thought the trailer looked like quite a bit of fun, I must admit. And at the same time, though, we also had the Cruella trailer come out a couple of weeks ago. Apologies. I can't speak about today. Well, I'm going to drink. One sec. Bear with. We also had the Cruella trailer come out a couple of weeks ago now as well. And if you don't know who Cruella is, that was a villain in 101 Dalmatians. And this time she's gonna have her own standalone movie, which is gonna be played by Emma Stone in that movie. The movie's going to have Emma Thompson in and Mark Strong in. I thought the trailer looked like a bit of fun again. I don't think it looked like anything particularly special, but it looked like a bit of fun. I think it'd be a good Disney movie, and I think it looks like fun. Yeah, that's what it looked like, and I will definitely go and watch it when it comes out. I think May the 25th. That's when Cruella is coming out. I'm intrigued in it. Let's see how it goes. Anyway, moving on with the mornings today, we also have another monster movie being announced in this current MonsterVerse. We had, Garth Edwards' Godzilla, which came out in 2014. Then that continued on to Kong Skull Island in 2017. And that continued on to Godzilla King of the Monsters in 2019. And obviously, Godzilla vs. Kong, which I'm going to be seeing later today, which I'm really excited for. But the MonsterVerse is continuing after Godzilla vs. Kong with a new monster movie, Son of Kong. And apparently Adam Wingard, who directed Godzilla vs. Kong, might be returning to direct the next movie in the MonsterVerse. And that's really exciting, the fact that the MonsterVerse is moving ahead. I've enjoyed all the movies in the MonsterVerse so far. I enjoyed Godzilla. I really enjoyed Kong Skull Island. And I thought, I enjoyed Godzilla King of the Monsters. I enjoyed it a bit, but to be honest, I have no intention of going and watching it again. But hopefully, I really enjoyed Godzilla vs. Kong. I'm going to see it today. I can't wait to go and see that film. I'm really excited to go and see it. And a new monster film in the Monsterverse has been announced. And Son of Kong, which is going to be really interesting to watch. A Son of Kong movie. That's excited me, actually. Now, the more I think about it, the more I kind of want to see that. But anyway, also a couple of weeks ago, when the Oscars were aired, we also had our first look at Spielberg's West Side Story. Not going to talk much about this, but other than the fact that I thought the trailer looked pretty good. Pardon me, I thought the trailer looked pretty good. It's got Ansel Edgerton in, who played the baby in Baby Driver, the main character in Baby Driver. I thought he was great in Baby Driver. I really liked him in that film. I thought he was brilliant in it. Pardon me again, sorry. And he's going to be the main guy. He's going to be the main protagonist in this Spielberg West Side Story. I thought the trailer looked good. I thought it looked like. I hope Spielberg surprised me with this film, because the thing is, I love filmmakers when after a while, they made one genre of films and then they go and surprise you and make another genre of films, but they still do it so well. But the thing that always surprised me, well, Spielberg with that, he's done that before when he started his career making off all these adventure films, which were all really good, like Jaws, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then Last Crusade, and so on and so on and so on, and Close Encounters, and E.T. and everything. And then in 1993, he goes and surprises us all and makes an absolutely incredible movie in his list, which obviously is quite hard to watch, but it's an incredible movie. I love filmmakers that do that, like Guy Ritchie did that as well. Guy Ritchie starts off his career directing films like Snatch, Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, which I haven't seen by the way, and then he goes on to direct Sherlock Holmes films in like 2010 and 2011 or something like that. And again, that's just really surprising. I like filmmakers when they, they make films in one genre, but then they make film in another genre, and it's still really good. And I hope Spielberg surprises me and makes a really good musical this Christmas. I'm going to watch the original West Side Story in the summer. I'm going to put my review of it up this summer as well. But the thing is, though, I thought the trailer looked good. And hopefully, when I watch the first one, when I watch the original West Side Story, hopefully I have an idea of what I'm going to expect in the new one, and I'll be able to compare both of them. But I can't say much about it. I thought the trailer looked good. I like the look of the trailer. Hopefully, Spielberg surprised me this Christmas, and hopefully, he makes a really good musical. Also, we had a first look at the Green. Oh well, not the first look actually. It was our full official trailer of the Green Knight. Now, if you don't know what the Green Knight is, it's a Welsh legend. I don't know much about it, to be honest. I saw the trailer. It's got Dev Patel in, and it's also got Joel Edgerton in, and I think it looks really, really good. Go and check out the Green Knight trailer if you haven't already. It came out a couple of days ago now, and I thought the Green Knight trailer looked really, really good. Go and check it out. Looks like a proper Welsh legend. I thought the trailer looked brilliant. It got some actually superb cinematography in that trailer. I'm actually going to get some images at one sec from the Green Knight trailer. Go and check it out, honestly. It looked absolutely brilliant. There we have a look at the Green Knight in the trailer, I'm pretty sure. That's like the mythical monster that Dev Patel's character has to face off. And there's Dev Patel in the film. Obviously, he's also got a beard. Like, people might know Dev Patel from Slumdog Millionaire and the Best Yacht in My God Hotel, and that's what he looks like in this film. I think it looks pretty good. I'm excited to see what that film's going to be like. It's coming out early August, and I'm really excited to see that film. And at the same time, though, we also had a first look at Snake Eyes this morning. The trailer came out this morning, which is a G.I. Joe spin-off. I never watched G.I. Joe before, but I thought the trailer looked like a bit of fun. I don't have much to say about that. Maybe I'll watch it, maybe I won't. But we have Henry Golding play Snake Eyes and that in the trailer. I don't know. It could be a bit of fun. I'm not entirely sure why I brought that up actually. But yeah, Snake Eyes are coming out soon, and I thought the trailer looked a bit of fun. That's what I'm gonna say. Anyway, moving on with my last few topics today. Witcher Season 2 is coming out later this year. Probably Christmas, because if you remember when the first season of Witcher came out, it was Christmas, I want to say 2019. And I think that's what they're aiming for, Witcher Season 2. They finished shooting quite a while ago now, but you got loads to do after that, because obviously you got post-production, they so you have to get CGI in, you've got the scoring to do and everything. But, Witcher Season 2 has finished shooting, and it's going to come out later this year. Probably Christmas, in my opinion. I can see it coming out at Christmas, and I bet you it will. I bet you will have Witcher Season 2 by this Christmas. And I'm really excited to see it. I enjoyed the first season quite a lot, and hopefully the second season is better, or just as good. But anyway, let's move on to my last two topics today. Got through a lot of topics there. Got two more topics to get through, though. First, look at Jurassic World Dominion. Now, what I mean here is, if we get it up on my screen again, okay, the illusion, got my voice to go on a bit. There's our first look at Jurassic World Dominion. Now, Chris Pratt posted this on Instagram. It's a picture of him. That's him. That's Chris Pratt. Omar Sy, who you remember from the first Jurassic World, and Colin Trevorrow, the director. And he posted them. I hope it says it here. But he posted them like, you made Colin Trevorrow made a film. Well, it's got some pictures of Jaws there. I'm not entirely sure why. Okay, right, going off that. But anyway, he posted something on Instagram. Go and check it out if you haven't already. But I'm going to paraphrase a bit here, but Chris Pratt said something on the lines of, we made a movie during the pandemic, because that's when Jurassic World Dominion was shot, during the pandemic. And he said, Colin Trevorrow made a movie during the pandemic, and Colin Trevorrow was the director. And he said that he made such an incredible movie, and he's so proud to be part of it. I mean, I'm really hoping Jurassic World Dominion is just really, really good. I'm really hoping it's really good. Because, I mean, I was a fan of Jurassic World. I think it's enjoyable. It's got some big flaws. But I was a fan of the first Jurassic World film. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, every time I see it, I just notice more and more problems with it now. I think it's enjoyable, but got some huge big problems. Particularly the whole stuff with the indoor action in that film. But Jurassic World Dominion, it excites me. Because I remember when the time was taking place for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, Colin Trevorrow, the director of the first Jurassic World and co-writer of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, says Jurassic World Dominion, which is the third film, the one to come out next year, is a Jurassic film that he's always wanted to make, and he knew he was going to have to make Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom to get there. And hopefully it's the big payoff. We have the main three. We have the main three returning from the first Jurassic Park film coming back. We have Laura Dern as Ellie coming back. We have Sam Neill as Alan Grant coming back, and we also have Jeff Goldblum returning as Ian Malcolm. I mean, I know Ian Malcolm was also in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, but apparently they're all going to have much bigger roles in this new film. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's a big payoff, and hopefully as well it doesn't also feel like a movie shot during the pandemic. That is one of my worries, that it feels like a movie during the pandemic, and we might have some hiatus popping up via a computer screen, which in the end would have just been via Zoom, because obviously the film was shot during the pandemic. Hopefully it's good. Fingers crossed, people, that Jurassic World Dominion delivers, because I didn't love the last one, and I really want to love the next one. Let's see at midnight when it comes out. It's coming out July of next year, I'm pretty sure. So fingers crossed it works, but we'll have to wait and see. And my last bit of news today, got through a lot today, but my last bit of news is that the Beatles documentary, Get Back, is coming out August 27th. Hey, I'm really looking forward to this, by the way, because it's being helmed by Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson directed all the Rings films, the Hobbit films, and the 2005 King Kong film. I'm a huge fan of King Kong, by the way. I'm a huge fan of the Hobbit films, and I love the Lord of the Rings films. I think they're brilliant filmmakers, especially for the time when they came out. And he also did a documentary in 2017, I want to say, They Shall Not Grow Old. I didn't really watch that film. I saw a bit of that, They Shall Not Grow Old. It wasn't really for me, but I thought it was well made for what it was. But I'm really excited to see a new Beatles documentary. It was meant to come out last year, but obviously, the pandemic came around, and obviously it didn't. But it's coming out this year, plans coming out in August. I'm really excited to see it, because it's a lot of unseen footage from Let It Be, the Let It Be recording sessions. If you're a Beatles fan and you know about the Let It Be recording sessions, obviously a lot happened there. There's a lot of arguments that took place, but it's a really interesting idea. I hope it delivers, and I'm really interested. I'm really excited to see it. I really want to see a Beatles documentary again. There's one that came out in 2016, 8 Days a Week, The Touring Years. I really liked it, 8 Days a Week, The Touring Years. That was directed by Ron Howard. I thought that was a really fun and really good documentary at the same time, and I'm really looking forward to the Beatles Get Back, and that's coming out on August 27th, and that's my last bit of news today. So that is all the news I got for you today. I got through a hell of a lot. I got through all the Marvel news, which I missed. Well, most of the Marvel news. I'm not sure if I got through all of it. I got through most of the DC news. I got through some of the Star Wars news. It wasn't much Star Wars news, but I got through a bit of Star Wars news. I got through a bit of Indiana Jones 5 news. Talked my opinion on the Oscars. Talked about the Friends reunion. Talked about some other new trailers like Him and His Bodyguard, Snake Eyes, Cruella, loads more other things that I talked about today. I hope you enjoyed it all. If you're watching some playback, please do comment down below and let me know anything you want me to talk about next week in particular. Maybe it's Bond, DC, Marvel, or anything else in particular related to movie or TV news. I'm not going to talk about anything else other than just movie and TV news. My voice is going a bit, but thank you for watching. If you watch this now, if you're watching this live, or if you watch it on playback, thank you as always for watching. And if you haven't yet, please do click down below and like, subscribe on this video. I'm looking forward to many more both film and TV come very soon on this channel, as well as loads more live streams coming very soon. I've got loads more free time now. Got some loads more live streams coming very soon on the channel. At the same time though, I'm going back to the cinemas later today. Really excited to see the video. Really excited to go and see Godzilla vs Kong. Hopefully it delivers, and I have my review coming on of Godzilla vs Kong probably either Wednesday or Thursday later on in this week. But until then, guys, thank you as always for watching, and if you haven't, thank you as always for watching, and look forward. My computer's dying now. My laptop's dying. Oh, 1 sec. I'll just show my other screen in a sec. Ooh, there, I've got 2 screens going on there. Ooh. But anyway, thank you as always for watching, and look forward to many more videos coming very soon on this channel. See you guys. again soon. But bye for now. Bye. It's gonna take a second. Bye.